to the woman who a whole set of other polls suggest is the most likely to be our next Prime Minister, Liz Truss, and what she had to say about Macron. The jury is out. Didn't say he was a rotten one or that he's a great one, but that he might be a rotten one. It's clearly a great message for the core vote in the Conservative Party, but everywhere else she's been criticised for being undiplomatic, unprofessional, and a bit cheap.
Well, my instinct is that it's a bit like the conversation we just had about Starmer and Labour. France is a very important ally for the United Kingdom. That is a statement that transcends individuals who are in office. It's more important than who is day to day, month to month in government. The French are an important ally for the United Kingdom and have been for many, many years. President Macron, on the other hand, has said many harsh things about our country and has done some harsh things. He is at the forefront of the attempt to effectively punish Britain for having the temerity to vote to leave the European Union. And plainly, France isn't doing enough, anything near enough, to stop the small boats coming from its own shores. I mean, the French effectively are operating, it seems to me, a pass-through system where they would rather asylum seekers and illegal migrants want to come to the UK and let them rather than dealing with them in France, which is, after all, a safe country. So I can understand why Liz Truss might draw that distinction. The French, of course, as a nation, an important ally for the United Kingdom. Is President Macron a friend of the United Kingdom? Jury's out seems to me not an unreasonable response.
That was my feeling as well. And while you were giving that last answer, for folk who are listening to our conversation on radio rather than television, we were running pictures of Monsieur Macron and his wife. I think they were voting in the recent elections. But just to remind people that in terms of the Channel crossings, there is one person who could order the French Navy to stop escorting those boats to the midpoint of the Channel, where they then become our responsibility. And it is Emmanuel Macron, President of the Republic of France.
Yeah, he's made an active decision to effectively continue ferrying asylum seekers and would-be refugees to the United Kingdom. It is an active choice of the Macron regime. And that's why Liz Truss, who after all is our foreign secretary on the front line of trying to deal with these things, along with the Home Secretary and so forth, has a pretty good view of the Macron administration and the decisions they have actively made to continue this number of people coming to the United Kingdom. And the number of people now coming in small boats is absolutely unprecedented. I've no doubt the French can do more to try to stop it. And I note from the headlines today that the first discussion now being mooted in the news is the suggestion the French want even more money from the UK to do what anyone would think is probably their job anyway.
Absolutely. Well, there we are. Thank you for that.